Good morning everybody, welcome to this week's vlog. We're actually down on the Dorset coast and yeah, we're starting our adventure this week on Portland Island, which is actually home to the UK's longest beach I think it is, which is Chisel Beach, isn't it?
Yeah, and we've got 50 mile an hour wind apparently today.
All week, it's going to happen all week, so I don't know if you can hear me because of the wind, but it's absolutely crazy. So this is the longest beach in the UK. It goes on for 18 miles, I think it is, all the way down there. You can't actually see the whole thing because of the weather. Yeah, but it's starting to hit us now, the rain, and this weather is crazy. It's going to be 50 mile/hour winds all week, which is insane. So we're not looking forward to that, but we're still going to try and make the most of it anyway.
Yeah, we might be sheltered inside for most of it, looking from the outside. And we drove through the New Forest this morning as well,
yeah,
which was really cool. Got to see a few horses, and yeah, excited to have an explore around Woodland.
I don't know if you can hear us, but it's a bit windy.
We're at the lighthouse.
So just got back to the van after walking around Portland Lighthouse. The weather is crazy, so it's going to be this insane rain and wind pretty much all week. So luckily we've got this big motorhome to spend most of our time in if we do get a bit battered by all the wind and rain. And we've just got in and we've put the milk on to make some nice hot chocolates, and Hannah's just chilling. We all look a bit windswept.
It was rough out there. And it's nice to have a nice little shelter to get away from it.
Yeah, so we're going to make the most of our time here, and then we're probably going to go find somewhere to park tonight and maybe have some food in a bit. So we've just got to our park up for the night, and we just put the bed blinds down, but it is hammering it down at the moment, and it's super windy. It's so windy that it's kind of trying to pull the roof light out. So yeah, really stormy, really windy. Are we gonna get blown away?
Hopefully not. We're near a cliff edge, so we might find ourselves at the bottom of the cliff tonight.
There's other campers on this bit as well, so we think we're safe in numbers here. But yeah, we've actually moved on from the lighthouse now, and at the lighthouse the van was rocking a heck of a lot more. So it's not so bad here, it's not as bad. We think that van there might be blocking the wind a little bit. But yeah, it's just very stormy, and we've seen two Coast Guard helicopters just then racing out towards the lighthouse.
And the waves were massive.
And the waves are massive, so we hope no one's got knocked in or anything like that, or knocked off the cliff. So fingers crossed everything's okay. But yeah, unusual to see two helicopters, I think, going together. But
I don't think we've ever been inside a van when it's been this windy. Like, it's literally shaking us like this.
Yeah.
So bad.
We're assuming they test vans in strong wind, but this is quite a big high-sided van, so maybe we'll end up on our side in the morning. We don't know, but we'll find out. So we're just settling down for dinner tonight.
Yep, we have a coconut Carolyn chickpea curry.
Yummy, and we've also got the TV on.
We've got Grey's Anatomy on.
And just still taking shelter from the storm. It's been really rocking the van loads. We feel like the van's like almost been lifting up at some points. It's probably haven't, probably exaggerating that, but
hopefully we get a good night's sleep.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be calming down a little bit for tomorrow, and the sun's supposed to be coming out down to about 20 miles per hour the wind, and then it's supposed to be for the rest of the week after that really stormy. So we're going to make the most of tomorrow and probably get an early night tonight and then get out exploring.
Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. We survived the hurricane winds last night. It felt like we were on a boat. The whole thing was rocking around so much. I honestly thought we were going to be like bouncing down the hill or something because it's just crazy.
I got a headache from it.
I was like, will you shoot? It was intense. Yeah. So what we've done is we've moved away from the coast a little bit and we've come to the New Forest just because it's a little bit more sheltered here, and actually it's a really nice sunny day today, and the weather is supposed to be a little bit better today, and then it's possibly going to be getting worse again later on this week. So we come here, we're going to make the most of it and go try and find some wild ponies. Yeah. So one of the other things that's on our mind at the moment and has made us come back to the New Forest just because it's easier to get around here, we know lots of cool spots to go walking and stuff, is the ongoing UK fuel shortage. It was promised that it was supposed to start getting better this week, but every petrol station we go to, there's no diesel and there's almost no unleaded fuel as well, so it's quite a bit of a worry because...
Or very long queues.
Or very long queues, so yeah, I mean, we've seen a few tankers turning up at places, but most petrol stations have got signs saying no fuel whatsoever. So fingers crossed we'll be able to find some fuel at some point because we might be going back with a very empty van.
As we mentioned, we're in the New Forest at the moment, and there are loads of wild ponies here in the New Forest. There's also pigs as well that roam around, and deer, so we might be lucky to see one of those. We've seen lots of ponies already actually just driving through the forest. You can see loads everywhere you drive, and there's great little park up spots. So we've just found this one spot, and we've just spent time having lunch, taking a few pictures, and yeah, it's just really peaceful here. We're quite quiet because we're just out of season, so it's coming into autumn now, so all the summer holiday makers are either back at school and at work, so yeah, making the most of this lovely national park and nice weather because we've had rubbish weather the last few days, so yeah, feels nice to be outside.
That's another thing though, isn't it? We're not allowed to wild camp in the van in the national park because of fire risk, but most of the camper vans, most of the campsites are seasonal, which means that the rangers will say you can't stay here, you need to go to a campsite. But there's not very many open, but luckily Hannah's found a really cool one for tonight. Yeah. And we're really excited because it's actually, they feel very much like national park
in the forest.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it looks really cool. It looks like you're just basically under the trees. Oh, my arm's hurting.
Yeah, so we're really excited to go there.
Yeah, so that would be really cool. I read on the reviews a lot of people have seen wildlife there, and because it's literally in the forest, you don't know what you'll wake up to. So yeah, really excited about that and having a nice evening in the woods.
We've also been to the New Forest a couple of times before, a few years ago, and we actually really like cycling, and so we came on a cycling holiday down here, and it's one of the best places in the country to come cycling because it's made for cycling. The roads are really clean and quiet, the forest tracks are really great, and it's just super peaceful. So Hannah was just saying we should actually go find some bikes to hire later this week because we don't have the bikes on the van, and yeah, so we're going to go...
Something we've missed doing.
Yeah, so we're thinking about actually trying to fit a bike rack to the back doors of our van. We've been looking into that and considering our options of how to get the bikes on because we do miss doing it, so we might go cycling this week. So we heard a horse noise in the distance and we took the right corner because we've just found them in the distance. They're just over there and we're going to try to go over, but like all wild animals it's best not to get too close because we don't want to get kicked in the face by a horse.
No, we will admire them from a distance.
Yeah.
In nature.
But it's like a beautiful chestnut coloured looking horse. So we just found 3 horses, and this one's got some like cool blonde highlights in his hair.
I've got some hair envy of this horse. It's got some really nice hair.
They're pretty chilled out.
We are really enjoying this walk. The sun's come out and it's so peaceful. There's a wind going through the trees and just saw a butterfly, and we've seen the ponies. It's been very relaxing and it's been just what we needed. So if you're ever feeling a bit meh, get outside and go on a walk.
So we've just arrived at the campsite and it tells us that we have to remain in our vehicle. I'm guessing someone's going to come and knock at our window and tell us where to go in a minute. Hannah's booked it, so
yeah, it did look really cool. We're basically sleeping in the woods. I don't know why I'm whispering. So that's the visitor centre. And we're just getting our permit and we're going to be finding our spot in a minute.
this is so cool. She's just showed us where to go. This this reminds me of a lot of when we visited a place called Algonquin in Canada. It's
nestled in the woods, isn't it?
yeah, this is really like the first kind of national park in the UK we've been that has this feel of Bath. We've been here before, but not camping.
No. So we're just filling up our drinking water.
Just reaches.
Just reaches. Oh, this hose doesn't seem to work for some reason. This one down here. So we're getting in there. Is it going in?
It's mostly leaking out.
A bit more oomph. Go on then, keep going, you didn't get on it. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Yeah, stop.
This place is just perfect. Such a cool campsite. Good find, Han.
You said it's your favourite, didn't you?
Yeah, I think this is probably one of my favourite in the UK that we've been to. It's so peaceful and the sun's just going through the trees and it's so nice. And I think we're going to go for a nice walk through the forest now and go find a pub and get some dinner. So we'll probably see you guys in the morning.
Bye. So the pub was fully booked, so we came back to the campsite and it was pretty nice that we did, because look at this view. The sunset is incredible. So we've just parked up here and the sun is just setting over there. What's cooking, chef?
Some spaghetti bolognese.
Very good.
Would you like to Hola!
Oh, another looky. Very good.
Got the pasta in there and the mince in there ready for the sauce.
It's nice that you're cooking for a change.
After all the driving I've done today as well, count yourself very lucky.
Wow, I'm privileged.
Yeah, you're lucky.
Only because the pub was closed, wasn't it?
Well, the pub was fully booked, so we booked a spot table for tomorrow. But it's raining tomorrow, so whether we bother walking all the way over there again, who knows? Good afternoon, everybody. We didn't really film anything yesterday because the weather was so horrific that we basically just took shelter in the van all day. And then in the evening we did go for our pub dinner, which we had to book. But yeah, I mean, it was like 40-50 mile per hour winds yesterday. It was the heaviest rain we've seen in a long time, and we actually parked in that Woodland, that Forestry Commission campsite, so it was really nice and we were quite sheltered there, which was pretty good. But it was just so crazy, the wind and the rain. Eventually we just started getting like headaches because the pounding of the rain on the roof all day. So it was nice to go for a walk in the afternoon when it eased off, in the evening when it eased off a little bit, and go for a nice pub dinner. So
but we still walked in the rain, didn't we?
Yeah, we did get quite wet, and as soon as we got out of the trees, like the wind hit us, and the umbrellas we had as well were pretty much useless then. So that was a fun adventure. And yeah, now we've just been parked up doing some work this morning, and we've just come for a walk in the New Forest again. And there was a donkey running past us a minute ago and making all its noises and everything. And the sun's shining, and it's been a nice day so far. So we're just going to go have a little explore, and then we've got one day left in the Glampify van before we have to return it and go pick up our van. So we just found all of the ponies that came running through the donkey a minute ago. But the donkey's run off now, so he's gone. But all of the ponies are here, so there's a nice little group of them. So that was really exciting. Those horses were coming up to us and saying hello. Don't think you're supposed to technically touch them because they are classed as wild animals here, but they approached us and they seemed pretty comfortable. They approached me and they seemed pretty comfortable.
You touched them.
So I gave them a little rub on the nose and that was about it. But maybe people try feed them, so that's why they approached us, because they looked, when I had my hand out flat, that's when they started coming over. So don't feed the horses or the ponies. So we think there's a thunderstorm on its way, so we're rushing back to the van, change of plans, not going to walk very far, and then we're going to go find a supermarket to get some vegetables for dinner, find somewhere to park up, and then we're going to go try and get some bikes tomorrow.
There's a baby donkey right there. How cute. It's so fluffy. Come closer.
Good morning everybody. We've just got out of the van. The rain was torrential last night and it sounded like stones being thrown against the side of the van and the roof of the van, which was pretty crazy. So we didn't sleep very well, but we're off into Lyndhurst now to try find some hire bikes to go for a nice bike ride in the woods.
Yeah, it's very well known for good bike rides around here. So we're excited to get off the beaten track a little bit and get out into nature. There's some really nice spots I think where you can go where there's like really nice tall trees. So we're going to try and aim for that, I think. Yeah,
and there's also in this bit there's loads of horses and we also saw some donkeys as well.
Yeah,
which was
little baby donkey.
Yeah, they're really cool and they were rolling around on their backs last night when the sun came out. He's closed. No bike hire for us today. It's closed.
We came here ages ago, didn't we?
Yeah.
A few years ago, and it was pretty good. So I guess because it's out of season,
yeah.
they're closed. There is another one, isn't there? But it's a lot more expensive.
Yeah, so we're probably going to walk instead.
Yeah, we'll bring our own bikes next time.
So the last time we picked up the camera, we were just about to go for a walk, but we got to the van to go to a place we wanted to go to walk, and it started chucking it down again.
Cool.
This is what the story of the week so far. It's just been gale force winds and torrential downpours. So we've had a bit of a nap in the van. We've got our umbrellas and our raincoats on, and we've come to a part of the forest where there's lots of deer, and there's a deer viewing platform. So
and we saw some already, didn't we?
Yeah,
on the road.
They look like little Bambis, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, we're gonna go try spot some more deer now, and yeah, have a nice walk in the woods, and hopefully it doesn't rain too much more.
Yeah, and there's massive pine trees here, so it's called Boulderwood Deer Sanctuary, I think. So you're very likely to see deer, and it's just very pretty. Lots of pine trees and yeah, nice picnic tables as well. So imagine on a lovely day it'd be great, but it's still nice.
So these are the ones we saw earlier with the spots on the back. It's a fallow deer, and apparently Hannah was saying they feed them here.
Yeah, I read online that they are fed from midday till 3 o'clock or something, but because it's just stopped raining and it's like after 3, we must have missed the feed.
Yeah, so there's no deer at the moment. So we think this tree is a redwood because there is certain places throughout the UK that redwoods have been planted, and this definitely has a red trunk and it's absolutely humongous. So yeah, we're going to stick with the story that this is a redwood.
Yeah, it is so big. It goes on forever.
So tall. So we've just got to the crossroads where we're going to start heading back to the camper van, and there's a deer just down this road, so we're actually going to head down this way and see if we can get closer. It's got to run away as soon as we get close to it.
Yeah, because the path is like stone, so you can hear.
Yeah, I think she's already spotted us, but we can see her tail. She's got.
There's another one as well.
Yeah. So there is deer out here, and we've seen another one. So we've seen about 5 deer so far today. There's one actually on the path now, but you won't be able to see it with this camera because it's about 100 metres away. But we're going to try to get as close as we can. So there's just a herd of deer actually moving through this gap just there. Don't think you can see much, but about 6 or 7 deer.
Just arrived at the campsite, which is called Set Horns campsite, and we are just about to check in. So they've just got a reception area, and it only cost us a tenner to stay here for the night. So yeah, really excited to be back here, and it's the only campsite that's open in the New Forest at this moment in time, so it should be good. So we've just parked up, and this is our spot for the night. Nestled amongst the trees. It's really cool. They're basically these hard standing pitches just in between the trees here, and then you've just got like a gravel track. And you have to be self-contained, so you've got to have your own toilet, but they do have facilities for you to be able to empty your toilet and fill up your fresh water. So yeah, really like this spot. So we liked it so much we came back.
Good morning everybody, we've just woken up in the New Forest for our final morning, and we parked at our favourite campsite here. It's actually the only one that's open in the New Forest at the moment, so it's really our only option because you're not supposed to wild camp here because of the risk of fires and stuff. But it's really pretty here because it feels really wild. It's amongst the forest, it's amongst the trees, and we went for a lovely walk yesterday amongst the tall trees and saw a redwood, and we're going to head back now and pick up our van and get back on the road, go get Tia and Sky, and then go have some more adventures. So yeah, thanks for joining us along on this vlog. We can't wait to see you on the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.